What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and ooh-wee! Marvel may finally be cooked. We're not talking about just the fact that Captain America Brave New World, we knew was going to be a box office disaster. We were sure. We don't know for it could be a huge success. It really could be. But the trajectory, whether you look at the Marvels, the Eternals, every major Marvel movie lately has been getting worse and worse. Now, obviously, the movies have been bad for quite some time, but just think of all the representation that we've been able to see. It's really difficult to call a movie bad when there's so many strong independent women who don't need no man in them. But we may finally have the death knell here. Obviously, Black Captain America is not something that I care about. Yes, I know. There's an arc in the storybooks of it. Fine, okay? Don't Reddit actually me, all right? I don't care about that storyline, all right? Don't care. Nobody cares. Anthony Mackie, who made millions of dollars to play the role, doesn't care. He told you that. But what would the critics say about Captain America Brave New World? I mean, the Black star of a Marvel movie, I would have thought, boy, this is going to be 100. What? 52%? 52%. It must just be 114 reviews. You know, everybody that reviews this crap, by the way, they get early access, and so they more often than not, they are going to review a movie favorably. Like, just watch. There's going to be a huge push of new reviews by Friday. I'm like, seriously. There's by Friday, this is going to be up to 400 or 500, and it's going to be read. It'll be, maybe it won't be, it's not going to be 70, 80%, but Disney is going to deploy the shill maximally. There's no doubt in my mind. 52%? Just look at some of these reviews. How about Peter Sobzinski? A deeply mediocre piece of a product that feels something assembled by committee rather than anyone with a particular vision. Well, that's because, this might shock you, but that's because it was only created, someone said Black Captain America, and that was it. That was it. That's as far as they got. They're like, wait a minute, there's an obscure line in the comic books where we have Black Captain America. This will totally own the chuds. Scott Mendelson. Brave New World is very bad. Imagine that Roger Moore's first 007 flick was A View to Kill, a lazily retrofitted and dumbed-down hybrid of Winter Soldier and Civil War that presents present-tense topicality for Incredible Hulk nostalgia. How bad is Captain America Brave New World? So bad that one really has to break it down to all its missteps to figure it out how it all went wrong. Rachel Wagner, the story is all lead up and no payoff. It's not horrible, but it feels bland and forgettable. AA Down from Digital Trends, top critic. No blockbuster that costs this much should look this bad. It's almost obscene that so much money was spent on Captain America Brave New World, yet this superhero sequel has so little innovation, wit, or visual stuff. But he's black! But he's black! What, are you racist? 10 out of 10. By the way, if we only look at, we can't see that yet. Usually you can do all critics or only top critics. I bet you the top critic score is even worse. I mean, is this the end for Marvel? I think it is. I think that without a major retooling, there's nothing left here, boys. There's nothing left. Who cares about Marvel anymore? We got our finish. We got our ending. We've already gone to the kitchen and we're making a sandwich and having a Gatorade. Endgame was great. Too long, too strung out, but good. That's it. That's all we needed. We don't need another 100 million Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Especially when all of the characters that we grew up loving even if most of them are garbage in real life, are all gone. Nobody wants to watch Black Captain America. Sorry, not even black people do. Okay? Nobody wants to watch, Ironheart. A black, Riri Williams, Black Iron Man. Okay? We don't want that. Nobody wants, Red Hulk. Although Red Hulk is cool. Nobody wants that. They want what they had, and you will never capture that lightning in a bottle again. I mean, here's a black female critic said the movie sucked. So the black critics don't even like it. Here's a woman. I think maybe a man. I can't tell. Great actors like Nelson and Lumbly can only add so much to a production that never quite works as either an over-the-top comic book movie or an immediate mediation on masculine vulnerability. Even the SJWs don't like this movie. I mean, there are people... This guy gave it a 1. A 1. And, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we had the Eternals at a 44. Okay. Blade, this new Blade movie is going to be a disaster. We know that. It's in production hell. Right? We know. Nobody wants Muslim Blade. All right? Sorry, not sorry. Maybe it'll make big money in Abu Dhabi or whatever. Okay? But nobody in America gives a crap about Muslim Blade. All right? Maybe it's because I've had to film 100 videos today and I'm trying to just get ahead so I can maybe try to enjoy a tiny bit of vacation coming up, and maybe I'm being extra mean. But what is there even to talk about with this movie? It sucks. We knew it would suck. And they've put a fortune into it. They poured so much money into this, and we told you from the start nobody wanted it. Who the hell wants Black Captain America movie standalone? Nobody. Now, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. Top critics is almost overwhelmingly negative. Here's what the New York Post had to say. Captain America, Brave New World. Sorry, Marvel is still terrible. If you thought Marvel Studios was committed to getting back on track by making fewer but higher quality movies, wait till you'll see Captain America, Brave New World. The situation over there is so dire, they've brought back a plot line from the Eternals. Anthony Mackie's first big screen crack at Captain after receiving the red, white, and blue shield from Steve Rogers in Avengers Endgame is another major disappointment from the crumbling Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this dud is especially glaring because Captain America films are some of the best standalone entries in the 35-part franchise. This one is, by a wide margin, the worst of those. Shield your eyes. The villain is drab Star Trek reject. The fight sequences are meditative. The Grave Whisper acting in Coming Attention trailer from 1996 belongs in a Coming Attraction trailer from 1996. Yet again, the viewer needs to have watched a TV series and at least 2 movies to fully even grasp what the heck is going on. A sick joke, the pair of clunkers is Eternals and the Incredible Hulk. Homework from hell. What were these people thinking? Perhaps director Julius Ona and the 5 screenwriters were nervous, like Sam Wilson's Mackie's, about becoming Captain America in the first place. Brave New World, with its lofty Shakespearean Huxleyan title, tries and fails to be a political Marvel movie. Torres, meanwhile, is supposed to be comic relief, so he mostly is awkward old age jokes about Bradley. Should I make your phone text bigger, he says. Not even crickets piped up for that one. I mean, they tried to make it a political movie, and what do you expect? When, Wilson and Torres set off to prove their innocent friend was brainwashed. I don't want to spoil the movie. I couldn't quite follow this. We're coming up to the end of my 100 days, says Ross. We'll talk about that later. Mackie is I'm not going to spoil the movie. Mackie is a charismatic actor. The script does him no favors, but his cardboard performance is more Brie Larson's Captain Marvel than Captain America. The actor is consistently dull. The story doesn't take enough advantage of the character's doubts and insecurities. Marvel allowed one of its marquee characters to become a big shrug speaks volumes as to where they're headed. Early in the film, Ross tasks Wilson with rebuilding the Avengers. Brave New World is supposed to set up more of these movies. The world needs the Avengers, Wilson insists. Do we, though? No, we don't. It was a great ride. The Marvels were the Marvel Cinematic Universe was a great ride. If I go here, I mean, just pick Brie Larson, right? 45% from the fans. This, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, Iron Man, all good. Okay? All good. All good. But the latest Marvel movies are absolute trash. Absolute trash. And it's because they've got nothing to talk about anymore. If I could bring up the Marvel Cinematic Universe here, I think this sorts them. I think. No? Marvel series? Well, if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, up all the Marvel movies, these, it is basically like the Jurassic Park movies. They just keep getting worse, over the past few years. Now you've got Anthony Mackie, who says he doesn't feel American, playing Captain America. This movie is going to be a colossal flop. The budget is massive. They could end up losing $300 million on this movie, on top of the $200 million it lost on the Marvels, and another $200 million it lost on the Eternals. This movie, I could be wrong. We'll see this weekend at the box office. Let me know what you think. Are you going to go see Black Captain America, who doesn't like America, in Captain America Brave New World? I think I know what you're going to say, but I look forward to reading the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.